I am Ryane Rojas, and today we are going to tackle about research in child and adolescent development. Research in child and adolescent development analyzes the developmental and cognitive stages of school-aged children. Why is there a research in child and adolescent development? What is its importance? By studying children, we can learn more about why they develop the way that they do and the most effective ways to help them to develop as responsible citizens with positive contributions to make. Teachers as consumers or end users of research. Research enables teachers to come up with an informed decision on what to teach and how to teach. It also helps the teachers to be more knowledgeable about how to fit their teaching with the development levels of his or her learners. So through research, it helps the teachers to identify the differences between his or her students, of whose student is slow learner and who is fast learner, in which way he can also identify the strengths and weaknesses of his learners. That will help him to decide on what lesson to teach in the next discussion, because he already know the weakness of his children, or on what aspect does his children lacks. Moreover, through research, it helps to the teachers to monitor their strategy on teaching, if it is effective, or if he has to change his teaching strategy because it is not effective or helpful anymore for the development or growth of his learners. In which way, it also helps to in decision making of the teacher or educator on what proper or appropriate activities to give to his learners. For example, I have a grade 2 student, younger brother, and their module focuses on reading. In how many days of teaching him, we observe, because research starts with observation. So we observe that he can cope up with the discussion with the module alone. So we decide to change our strategy on teaching him. We uses visual aids with that is colorful, because it interests the eyes, or it catches the interest or the attention of the student. And then we use this flashcard, and we conclude that in that way he cope up with the discussion more easily than with the module alone. So that's in the teachers as the consumers. In research, the teacher is the first consumer, and then next is the students. Teachers as researchers. The conducted research does not only belong to the thesis and dissertation writers, but obviously, to my previous explanation, it is also for the benefits of our students and of our teachers. So an example of this is the research about the macro and micro skills of reading comprehension acquired by ALP students. In the researcher study, the data on the screen will show the students' achievement in reading comprehension. The researchers' data explained that there were 72.5% or 29 samples under study which were considered successful in achieving excellent, good, and sufficient achievement. On the other hand, 27.5% or 11 samples were considered unsuccessful in comprehending the reading text well, and both the successful and unsuccessful samples were still had a lack of ability in answering the questions by using correct and complete grammatical sentences. Because of this study, the teachers find out that there are still students who cannot answer the question in complete sentences using correct grammatical structures. This study also implies that more reading comprehension activities should be implemented, and improved learning strategies should be engaged in teaching reading comprehension. The scientific method. The scientific method provides an objective or standardized approach to conducting experiments, and in doing so, improves their results. By using standardized approach in investigations, the scientists or researchers can feel confident that they will stick to the fact and limit the influence of personal or preconceived notions. So what is the scientific method? The scientific method starts with a question or an observation, followed by doing a background research, then form a hypothesis. Then, try your hypothesis through an experiment. If you have already collected the data, analyze the data and draw conclusions. And the last part of the scientific method is report the results. Research design. Researchers provide us with valuable information about a certain study through the help of research design. What is research design? Research design refers to the framework of market research methods and techniques that are chosen by researchers that allows them to utilize the methods of the study and to set up their study successfully in the future as well. One example of research design is the case study. Case study is an in-depth investigation about an individual, a group, or an event that explore the causes of the underlying principles. It is extensively used in a wide variety of disciplines, particularly in social sciences. One example of a research that used case study as the research design is the study about the impact of increasing levels of multiculturalism on marketing practices, a study of McDonald's Indonesia. Another example of research design is the correlational study. A correlational study is a non-experimental research method that studies the relationship between two variables. Correlation is a term that is a measure of the strength of a linear relationship between two quantitative variables. That is when one variable increases and while the other variable also increases and vice versa. For example, a positive correlation may be that the more you exercise, the more calories you burn. It is like hitting two birds in one stone. However, the other examples of research design will be discussed by my partners. So, stay tuned!